Chelsea Football Club have not woken up from the nightmare that is known as the Carabao Cup final. Not only did Liverpool have a very young team stacked with youth team players that embarrassed us, I woke up 3 times last night. The reason I woke up 3 times last night, because in my head I thought, you know what, it was a nightmare that I need to wake up from. And you know what, maybe at my age I should not be this rattled by a performance in a Carabao Cup final. However, that was unacceptable. And Pochettino's comments after the game, if they don't tell you that you should be Pochettino out at this stage, like I have been for the foreseeable past, then I don't know what will. The most Spursy type comments, the most I am out of touch comments, the most I'm happy to be here comments, the most non-Chelsea like comments I have ever heard from a professional manager who doesn't know how to read a room, who doesn't know what to say. The fact that he said he is proud of his team after yesterday's performance is embarrassing. We'll break it down. The 3 main quotes that have really triggered me to the point where I said, sack him now, we'll deal with the ramifications, get an interim till the summer, and then go get me a Ruben Amorim. I've been saying it for a while, I'm gonna say it again. Then we need to talk about that final goal, because a lot of you had a problem with me calling Mudryk out. And I'm going to explain to you why I called Mudryk out, because evidently a lot of you need the explanation of why I called him out, because you're not using your eyes, you're using narratives. Oh, Disasi shouldn't have let his man go. Yes, he maybe shouldn't have, but I'll explain to you what Mudryk's role was. And then I'm going to explain to you why the game flipped and why we were so bad in extra time. Why Pochettino is at fault for extra time. Why you can't blame Enzo and Caicedo easily. You can't blame Disasi and Colwell for being exposed. You can't blame Malo Gusto for the goal that we conceded. I'm going to explain to you why the last 30 minutes of extra time epitomized why this man deserves to be sacked. And I'm sorry if I'm ranting, I'm sorry if I'm coming across too annoyed. It's because I'm passionate about this club. I love what I do here. What I do on this platform is talk about the team I adore, talk about the team I obsess about, talk about the sport I love. And what I am seeing is not the sport that I love. It's not the sport that has made me become a fanatic the way I am, to open a YouTube channel, to talk about to the masses. The fact that we have 33,000 people subscribed here and we talk about football is because we adore it. So I'm sorry, but I'm going to break it down. It's going to be some hard truths, some honesty, and I know some people aren't going to like it, but let's get into it. Hit the like button if you made it this far, because clearly you like what you're seeing. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, because this place is a platform where all opinions are accepted, but if you're wrong, I will call you out. I don't care. And when I'm wrong, feel free to call me out in the comments below or tell me that you agree with me. So yeah, 1,000 likes, subscribe if you're new, and let's get started, because I can't believe what we're going to talk about. If I had some editing skills, I would most probably have some kind of somber song in the background, like trying to just set the mood. But the reality is, Mauricio Pochettino gets paid 10 million a year. Mauricio Pochettino is the most defeatist manager to get paid 10 million a year. 10 million a year represents that you're creme de la creme. You're top of the food chain. You're one of the best in the business, right? He's nowhere near it. His inability to coach and attack inside makes me sick. And I'll be honest, people are going to say, we created chances. In 90 minutes, we had spells where we were the better team. Liverpool were on top of us. And you know what? For 90 minutes, I'm going to say that was a good, well-hard-fought final. However, his tactics made me sick. And this is where narratives change. And this is where people need to stop trying to mold a narrative that suits their agenda. Because let's be honest, Mauricio Pochettino said we had a young team. We don't compare to Liverpool. Nothing compared to Liverpool. That, for me, is nonsense, because whilst the average age of our team, yes, at the start of the game was lower than theirs and at the end of the game was lower than theirs, we also did not have youth players making their debuts or making their 3rd or 2nd appearance. They had youth team players coming on, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, and performing in a system that they knew how to play in. And what I'm going to tell you now, and this is going to epitomize it, Klopp said, defend like men, attack like kids. And what that means is, defend like men, think through what you're going to do, and attack with freedom. Our players don't attack with freedom. Our players don't defend like men. Our players play like boys. And there is no structure, there's no organization, and that stems from the manager. The manager decided that it was the right time to take off Nicholas Jackson, to put on Mudryk and put Nkunku as number 9. Why would you do that? Nkunku was getting into the game. Jackson was linking up with him. Jackson is our only number 9. We are dependent on him. We require Nicholas Jackson to build play. And it's damning that Nicholas Jackson is that important to Chelsea Football Club. For me, that first comment where he's basically making an excuse that we're a young team is nonsense. You're trying to wipe your hands off away from responsibility. Secondly, he says, we were ready for penalties. We were knackered. We were tired. Gallagher had to come off. Chilwell had to come off. We were ready for penalties even before extra time, basically. For me, that is preposterous. Look at who they have. Your responsibility is to slap those boys in the head and say, come on, boys. You're meant to step up. Today, we are going to go and win this final. You're meant to encourage them. You're meant to set them up tactically. You have 2 fresh wingers in Noni and Mudryk. Set them out wide. Push him up a bit, get Nkunku to drop, and then hit the channels. If you can't run around and do the octane press, make sure structurally you are aware of stopping Liverpool from creating any chances. Let's not pretend Liverpool didn't have chances in extra time to win the game. We were hanging on. And for me, that makes me sick. The fact that he can sit up there and believe that it is acceptable to come out and say we were ready for penalties, we were knackered. I'm sorry, Liverpool had how many injuries? Liverpool had their first team out. If our B team can't beat their D team, there's a problem here. And for me, the reality is, it's set up. He got out-coached by Jurgen Klopp with an AAU team. For those of you that don't know, AAU team is basically a bunch of best youngsters from around America that gather together and play a little bit of basketball, and then they develop and then become a G League team or go to college or university, whatever they do, and then they become an NBA player. That is how damning it is. I was embarrassed. I was absolutely embarrassed of the performance yesterday. This isn't the Chelsea I know and love. This is nowhere near the Chelsea I know and love. We've lost 6 finals at Wembley. I don't care if they weren't under the Bowley era. None of those finals reached the embarrassment of this final. None of them. We usually play finals and we lose on sporadic moments. Under Tuchel, we lost on penalties both times. Okay, that can happen. The Arsenal final, what happened? We got a man incorrectly sent off. We lost 2-1. It happens. Moments happen like that. It's like Pulisic got injured. He was our best player in that game, and at the time we were ahead, and then we lost control of the game. We had Kovacic sent off. It happens. Yesterday, we were outclassed. That extra time was embarrassing. And the final one for me, which tells me Pochettino thinks we're idiots. Pochettino sits down at night time and goes to his wife, I can't believe I'm still employed. I have no clue what they think they've got at their hands, because evidently they just believe in me, and I don't understand why. Because he said Liverpool lost in a UCL final, lost in a Europa League final, and then other finals before they got on a run. Believe in the process. What process, big man? What process am I meant to believe in? What process do you have for me to believe in? Because Pochettino, we have been embarrassed. We have been bamboozled. We have been ashamed. You earn time. You're not earning anything apart from a P45 and a visit to the job centre geezer. I don't understand what is going on here. The fact that he has the audacity to come out and say, believe in the process. What process? What process am I meant to believe in? You don't believe in the process. Your process is to sit back in extra time when you've been the better team in the last 15 minutes. Not once did he make any adjustments. Not once did he make any alteration. It is embarrassing. It is shameful, and it is catastrophic how we lost that final yesterday. Finally, I need to break down a little myth, right? And the myth was that Mudryk did nothing wrong for that goal. And I came out yesterday and I said, I don't want to see that butterfly playing for us anymore. Because that's what his new name is going to be. Butterfly. He's got a butterfly tattooed on his neck. He epitomizes a butterfly in the way he plays football. Doesn't jump in a challenge. Can't do anything. He's just always on the periphery. He never, anytime anyone comes near him, he runs away from the ball. He's never involved. His new name is Butterfly on this channel. So Butterfly is guarding the front post. Number one, he's not in the right position. He's meant to be a little bit closer to where the free kick's taken. Number two, he allows Virgil in front of him. Number three, he never attacks the ball. He jumps up. This player is not learning from his mistakes. And for me, if I am Pochettino, I am putting him in the basement of Cobham for the next 6 weeks. We do not want to see your face at the training ground, let alone on the pitch. If I see any more Mudryk prop, I'm going to lose it. Genuinely, the dislike I have for this player at the moment is massive. I think there's a talent in there, but I am frustrated with his lack of actual impact. And yesterday, it's not even him going forward I had an issue with. Because him going forward, I know what I'm getting. It's basic fundamentals. Guard your front post. You have to. That's your job. Your primary role on that corner is to guard your front post. Doesn't do it. Noni, once again, picking up the ball, no support. Like Pochettino's mistakes were bringing those two on with no plan of us maintaining the ball in the midfield. No plan of us popping it around and getting some control. It was a really bad decision to take Conor Gallagher off. A lot of people are getting at Conor Gallagher for missing a few chances. I'm going to say something. Conor Gallagher can't finish. He's not a prolific finisher. If he was, Conor Gallagher would be a regular starter in this team because the volume of chances he gets, it is criminal. He's not in double-figure goals this year. And then there was that one clip where he gets the ball from Cole Palmer and everyone's like, why didn't he just go around the keeper, slot it with his left foot? The man refuses to pass with his left foot. What gives you the thought process that he would have the ability to knock it past the keeper with his left foot and then slot it on an angle with his left foot? He refuses to use his left foot. So what he went for is what he's most comfortable at. Open his body and try curl it. Problem is, by the time it took him to take a touch and open his body, keeper's too close. This is a lack of ability. It's not a lack of IQ. A lot of people said it's a lack of IQ. No, he was intelligent enough to know his weak spots of his game. And that is the problem. He's just not of the level. But I'm not going to blame players for missing chances, because this team has culprits all over the gaff when it comes to missing chances. It happens. Nkunku missed the chance. Cole Palmer missed 2 chances. Gallagher missed 3 chances. But what I will blame them for is not doing their primary responsibility, and that is marking on set pieces, staying in position, not tracking runners, because that comes from effort. That doesn't come from ability. That comes from effort. You're one of the freshest players on the pitch. You should not be losing concentration. Like I said, it is what it is. Poch needs to go, regardless to how the season ends. We can get top 5, I'll still want him out. I'm genuinely so done with him. We literally could win every game from now till the end of the season. I will still want Maurizio Pochettino out. I don't believe that is the manager for us long term. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts. Man, this really hurts. It really does hurt. If you want to see the review from yesterday, it's right here. Bye.